for a bit. Besides independent anyway, because you know what Taco likes to do when he gets on camera? Taco likes to expose himself and lick himself on camera. We don't know why he does it, he just does. Anyway, first things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company's ILEG Technology Screens. Bam, bam. Anyway, I love it when we get the judgments, the denials, the prosecution, all the things that people who fear our technology would do. We know you're scared. We do. We know you are. We right now have the most powerful game, I would say. I want to say on the planet, but until we test everything, till we get that marker in there, not yet. I'm gonna say on the market, because it could be something out there. It could be something out there far powerful than my screen. I don't know. You know what I mean? It could be something out there. But I like that, what that person said about me, because it's getting sad. It's getting sad. How would it be getting sad? Our technology is literally the most powerful. Show me one demonstration that's matching us. I got to be outside today. I'm sitting here saying we got to be outside today at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock on a 300 lumen projector. That's when we're going to be outside, out in front of everything. How would that be sad? I love that. That I like. I love it, the naysayers. I love the doubters. That's what I love the most. Because they're the ones that come in and they're just blown away by what we do. Look, we warned you this day was coming, didn't I? I told you, we built the cinematic, all the other technologies that was needed, but our main flagship is this technology. And you see what this stuff does. Mind you, people of YouTube, this thing is only at 15% done. It's not even a completed screen yet. It's nowhere near a stage 2. It's at baby steps. And you look at the power that it harnesses. When I tell you this thing could wipe everything out, it's unbelievable what it can do. And mind you, it's the first version. There's 67 of these things. 67 different versions of what this technology is designed to do. This is an ultra black one that literally picks up a white level so high that a gray screen, which is lighter than that technology, it alters the color of the screen. It makes it completely unwatchable. Imagine that. If a black screen lays against it, it draws its light source. It darkens the screen. It's a whole different form of technology. It's like, you remember, you ever saw the movie called The Incredibles? Remember the baby? The baby was different from all of them. It had all these crazy powers. They were trying to figure out exactly how powerful it was. This is literally what you're dealing with. You can't beat it. Its game capabilities are insane. Like I said, 300 lumens outside at 9 o'clock. Pick up on the opposite side of the screen. It doesn't in here. On this projector, I can get on that box and stand up, and I can see right through it while we have 24,000 lumens in the ceiling smacking this screen. And the projectors are all sitting on eco mode. My cost of my projector, the one down here, cost me $16.25. It's an Epson Powerlight S6. The one over here, which is a Chrissy, is at 2400 eco mode, and that one cost me 60 bucks. And you got people over at ultra short throw projectors, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. You're kissing the screen, and you can't even read correctly. You can't even muster up enough to pick up a 100% black level. This is why you're spending so much money on these inky projectors, because your screen can't function. And even with all that power, even at 3,000 lumens, 4,000 lumens, 5,000 lumens, up against the screen less than a foot, you can't read in a fully lit environment. You won't survive in here. There's nothing that can touch this thing. It's been around for a while, mind you. We're way over in Haventown. The first look at this thing, we called it a Smoke 10. Remember that? So way back then, when we first showed this thing off at a Smoke 10, you guys had all that time to catch up. And you took it for a joke, right? Now it's here. Yeah. If I point this thing in your direction, I can wipe your entire product line clean. It's like basically staring into the eyes of a Death Star while we push the trigger. You're gone. You can't survive one of these. Now, as they said before, looking kind of sad. I don't think so. I think it's on your half that's looking kind of sad. You don't have businesses anymore. We know the people who wrote that. You don't have business. You have nothing at all, period. The outcome of even just coming there, a company has destroyed you. You haven't gone against any of this technology. You haven't even put anything in your direction because you don't have anything. You decided the best bet for you was to get out of the business as fast as possible, because that would be the best choice to do. Because if you were still here, I would rain down on your businesses without mercy. I would have so many people hitting your site to get your product, you would have to shut that website down, Mr. Danny. Oh wait, you still have products available, don't you? Then I gotta make phone calls. I got about 50, 60 people I can reach. Put a little bounty on your products. There's a bounty on your product. First person gets it, then the day gets one of these for free. You can send it here. See? Easy. Now you have to shut your site down. You can't risk that stuff coming here. So when these were ready for pre-order, when they get ready to launch, we're gonna put a bounty on your website. Anyone who gets that gets with this technology for free. And these things are going to be limited edition. So yeah, you might want to get your hands on this. Anyway, that being said, got that to worry about. Did that paint get there yet? I haven't had a chance to check the tracking number yet. I've been so busy on everything else, just haven't had the time. But I got to check my tracking numbers. I've heard everybody else has been checking them. Buddy was checking it. He sent me some text message, so I'll figure it out later on. But anyway, we don't have time to think about that. We have other things to do. That's to keep him occupied because he has so much time on his hands. That'll keep him busy. Let me see. So we have the screen up there, right next to 24,000 of light. We have the one over here, which I got to go down today and pick up another lamp to put on the side of this because you're not really getting any challenge off this thing at all. Period. And I'm not going to do full wraparound yet because we're going to expand the screen size. We're going to make it wider. So the first one's going to be two more tiles, and then we're bringing in a ViewSonic 235.1. I'm going to do a 235.1 setting in here on the tile system. Someone was requesting that, so that's what we're setting. And I want it anyway myself. I haven't had a 235 in a long while. And then once we complete that, then we're going to bring in the big boy tiles, which is actually my surface needs 4 of those. Yeah, 4 would fit in here perfectly. So my sizes would be 36 by 72. This thing's going to be big. So it's going to be freaking cool. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Sat there and said that. I was like, oh yes, I love challenges. You know, I love challenges at the end of the day. Come on, black on black test, you know, breast grief, screen paint, we do all that stuff. You know, we don't care. We're good. You know what I mean? Take it outside, whatever. Would you like to have our challenges? I could take it. I challenge, and you can go anywhere with this one because you don't need any special rent, nothing to rent anybody. You can go outside. So you can go outside at 300 lumens and pull. Of course you don't want to do that. What about 50 lumens in direct sunlight? See, a lot of talk. That's the problem. We get a lot of talkers. A lot of talkers, no one backs up. I got over 1,000 challenges on YouTube that's never been met. I got challenges that date back to 2019 that still haven't been touched. Am I talking trash? It's right there. Look it up. It's not getting sad, gentlemen. We are crushing you. It's sad for you. I have now one of the most advanced technologies on the market. Did I not sit in the middle of that floor? What did Mr. Bird say when I sat in the middle of that floor? What did I denounce? The YouTube, the world, and God. What did I say? I said if I was a fake, a scammer, a rip-off artist, all these things, may the Lord expose me for who I am. What has happened? My technology has jumped in leaps and bounds. So that means I'm the real deal. What happens to the other ones? Oh, one got evicted. The rest of them are being sued. They're in hiding. The other one hasn't been on YouTube in about a few months. No activity on his website whatsoever. Other one pulled his website. All he does on his YouTube channel is ramp up our technology that pretty much he never could beat. Seems like he's almost slipped into madness. That what you'd be called sad people. And then meanwhile, we have their cancellations sitting under their desks. Even one where he cried on every single receipt. That is called getting sad. Where our technology does stuff that no one else does. Interesting. Oh, check this out. I just thought I'd show this real quick. We're over here on the allergies popped in there. We're on the Cumi 300 lumen projector. That's the same technology was outside on the same projector we used at 9 o'clock. Right there. Oh, bam, bam, bam. Inside. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, this technology is front and rear. I left that out because I thought it'd be fun to tell you later on. But yeah, all the ad tech technology, your TV technology, all that stuff is front and rear. The black ones have to be because those are designed like these slick, gorgeous TVs. Oh man, these things are gonna be gorgeous. I mean gorgeous. You can choose between having an ultra black and a high see-through frame around it with some embedded optic fiber lighting. This is to put that big old bulky piece of a furniture projector behind it, so that way you don't have to see that ugly looking thing. Those things are ugly. I saw the good gracious, the Epson LS500 is a piece of it's a piece of furniture. The P2 furniture, they're just huge and bulky. I'm gonna be looking at that. So we got this screen. You can set that behind it. Your image will push right through it, and guess what that means for those of you who spent all that money for that ultra contrast level. You turn it off because you don't need it, because you're pushing through a black technology. For those of you who don't want to spend the money, because people in those rooms are going, well, you know, I got that ultra black. You can't see black anyway. Stop saying that. I've been in those chat rooms all the time. I had to shut a lot of people down in there for that one. I got these ultra black lines, but you know, technically your projector is not better than his because you're not reading the contrast level, because you can't technically read black on that thing. Do I need to explain? And I did, and they shut it down in there. So that means that the everyday Joe who can't afford a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 projector because it has an inky contrast level doesn't need it. He can spend $60 and stick that thing behind that screen. You see what 720p's look like on this technology. 720p, they're all 720p's anyway. They'll still be able to reach an Infinity 1 contrast level, way higher than what the P2 could ever manufacture, and they could do it at $60. There you go. There you go. Sorry, people. Kind of went off on the edge here the last couple of days, but I'm under a lot of stress, if you know what I mean. It's a lot of work at the end of the day, a ton of work. But I have to remember my goal at the end of the day. My goal is to stick it to the big companies, not to become the big companies. You don't want to become the big companies. I'm happy that I have good friends at the end of the day. Good friends that will come to me and say, Ken, I saw the last video. I wasn't too happy about it. This is not the road you're traveling down, man. Who cares? You're going to have people going to support you, people not going to support you. That's the way it is. That's the life you chose. At the end of the day, you stick to what you believe that's right. See, I got beautiful people in my pocket every day. I'm blessed by that. And I said, you know, you're right. We come here to double the playing field. We came here to stick it to the big guy. And that's what we're doing at the end of the day. Look at the naysayers. What are you getting upset for? You don't buy my technology anyway. Go kick rocks. Anyway, you don't buy my stuff anyway. They're being there like, oh, I didn't like it. None of your business. You don't support me. Go back to your gray washed out screen in your dark dwelling environments where you turn the lights like, turn off the lights. It's blinding me. Oh, we got to make that comic book too. I want to make a little slideshow on that. The Dark Dwellers. I got Imperial Wisdom of Light. I think it's Imperial Wisdom of Warriors of Light. Yeah, that's what it is. Imperial Warriors of Light versus the Dark Dwellers. You hide in the dark. That's what you guys are. You hide in the dark. And unsuspected travelers that travel on your dark and windy path, narrow windy path of path. You basically trick them into believing that the dark technology that you possess will basically brighten their day, and they will receive these wonderful images when deep down inside there's nothing but near smoke and mirrors. And there they are trapped in that cave with you in that dark dwelling until our armies come upon you. Who are we? The Imperial, let me get this right, Warriors of Light. Yes. Crack your cave wide open like dark dwellers. Your end is near. Deny us not. Yeah, that's what we did with Fernando. Grabbed him by his ankles. He was the one. He was like a deep little sludge. You know, you got to work that one worm that's way down in there, and you gotta pull it out. Yeah, just pull that sucker right on. It's fighting you, but you know, it's a big fat worm. Not to be because he's heavyweight, not to that. But usually when you get that big heavy worm, that's the one that's down in the deepest. That's the one you gotta dig for, and you pull that sucker, be struggling like, wow, this is gonna get a really good fish at the end of the day. But anyway, we got to really dig deep down in that cave. Deep into that cave, right down in the cavity, right deep down in the root of all the and beginning of the darkness. That's where he's at. He's a generation of that. He's the dweller, the king dweller. And we had to yank him out of there. It was much like pulling a tooth out of a lion. And we just cast him out, and as we were dragging him by his feet, he screamed, he yelled, he cursed. His fingers clutched the earth. You can see where his fingernails were digging, basically drawing lines into the crevice and crust of the earth because he did not want to come out into the light. But we got him out, swung him right out there in the middle of the light. All he could do was just crawl around trying to find some area, somewhere to hide in the darkness. There's no darkness out there. There's It's nothing but light. And therefore, you were destroyed. Yes, turned into dust particles floating in the wind, gone forevermore. And all those people trapped in that dark cave, one by one, came out and witnessed the light. That'd make a cool story, wouldn't it? I gotta write books one day. My brother was like, why don't you write books? I was like, I ain't got the attention span. I literally don't have the attention span to write books. I was sitting there writing, so, oh, look, a squirrel. I'll be outside, we're looking at a squirrel. I don't have the attention span for it. But you gotta understand what I'm getting at. And that's what he was doing. He was literally doing that. In that dark cave he was in, he was tricking people. He was using high-powered machines and inky projectors, and he was calibrating machines. At one point, one of the demonstrations, he was using the machine to enhance 4K capabilities, an enhancer for it. So he was basically modifying his environment. You look at the floors, they're dark. You look at the walls, they're dark. You look at the lighting in the environment, there's little bits of lighting splattered in different areas, but nothing near the screen. He was making an optical illusion to trick you, to make you believe that his product was actually working, and it wasn't. And every product that went in there, he tampered with it to make it look bad, or he didn't have the product and claimed to have it. This is what he's being sued on. This is what his whole company's being sued on. That he ran this huge, massive scam to trick and manipulate people to steal their money. That's what he did, literally. He got away with it for a very long time. The problem was, Mr. Fernando, you bumped into my channel. That's what you did. I'm a different type of person at the end of the day. So, now, when that package gets there, you're about to get exposed even more. Now, is he going to sign for it? We don't even know. Is he going to send it back? Chances are on my end, from the experience I've had with this guy and sending him packages, stuff like that, for basically for testing, he's not going to sign for that thing. There's no way in the world he's going to sign for it. And the reason why, we can tell you why. The microblend. What does the microblend have to do with this? Well, when he got caught with the network gray, and he got busted pretty bad when he was wearing that red hoodie, that was, notice that's the one he didn't re-upload. He uploaded the other one. He didn't re-upload that one. That's the one he really got busted on. He showed receipts, showed the container, he painted it down, and the screen matched. And if you watch the video, you'll see him fumble with the camera. Do this constantly. Put objects in front of the screen to block the screen. He did all kinds of stuff, and you can see, look at his eyes. He was in a really bad place. He wanted to be out of there. He was praying for power outage, tornadoes, hurricane, whatever, something national disaster, so he can get out of the situation, but he couldn't get out of it. Oh, by the way, we noticed in that demonstration too, you did a demonstration claiming that was our product. Lawsuit again, because we found that he did a demonstration against the something Black Product 38 Black Widow. I think, well, yeah, 38 Black Widow. So you're being sued on that. We can see you in the video doing the demonstration. We want receipts. You don't have receipts on that. You got a lawsuit coming your way and fraud charges, so you know. But anyway, so it was a bad situation he was in. And mind you, before the video started, he talked a whole lot of trash about how we didn't know what we're doing, what we didn't know what we're talking about. His product would never match. Yeah. So that was that. Now you've noticed the video never resurfaced. Only the other one resurfaced. That was it. And that was him in the dark. The whole video was done in the dark. And he lied in that one about the contrast. But we're not going to go into all that. It's just too much bull crap for that one right now. But anyway, so that one was never resurfaced ever again. And every time we posted that one, he went into these horrible rants. Like we went to his website, and we've got messages of us having conversations, cursing us out, doxing our addresses, all kinds of stuff. Why are you so upset about a video you shot? You shot the video. So you're mad for me for posting something that you had up there for about 4 months, and now you don't want anybody to see it? What's wrong with that? That's because, again, you exposed yourself. That's what happened. He gets mad. We show the demonstration of his product making the free paint. He gets upset and angry about that one. What are you mad about? That's your video demonstration. Hey, he don't want anybody to know about that. See, what happened was he thought he deleted all those videos. Someone got it and sent it to us and said, hey, look at this. And I was like, what the freak is this? So that's when he made free paint. Now, I remember that. I remember when he made free paint. That's how we met him. So if you ever sit there and say, I never gave out free paint, what would that video be for? Who the freak in their right mind is going to sit there and sell your product they just showed you how to make? That means you were giving away free paint. That supports our theory. You got rid of all the videos. There were a lot more than that. We got one of them. So that tells you right there. Posted the inquiry and then got banned from eBay. Because you know what he did? He took that same paint, figured he'd get somebody else that doesn't know, and I'll sell him a paint that I just showed you how to make many years back. Sent it to eBay. eBay banned them. Because there are people complaining about the product. There are other people complaining the product was matching house paint. And network gray went up quite a bit because people were buying it. And they were matching it and finding it was matching. And that's why I did the video about the yellowish tone. See, content lies, man. Here's the thing, what Jamie has to understand. You can come on there and say your paint has, the other paint has a yellowish tone. Guess what consumers will do? Consumers will buy the same paint and do the test themselves. That's what consumers do. They'll do the test themselves. They're not going to just believe your word. They're going to do it themselves. That's why we got a bunch of people sitting outside. Because we took the screen outside and said, look, we can watch movies and stuff outside. You know what they did? They took our stuff outside. All right, and there you go. They'll take your stuff outside. Do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, because anything within your guidelines. That's why you have to have specific specification sheet guidelines on what your product does. If they go outside the guidelines of that, you can't be prosecuted for that because you have it written in there. It had nothing in there. He doesn't even have an act of God in his shipping policy. So he's responsible if a tornado pops up out of somewhere and your package in transit, he has to pay for a brand new one because he doesn't have an act of God, which means he's responsible for natural disasters. See, don't even know how to write a proper shipping policy. Or knows how to steal one. He stole ours, but he doesn't know how to write one. But anyway, there's that. So he can only go but so far with that stuff. Gray and black paint, you can only go but so far. It only has so many ways you can mix it. That's basically about it. And he doesn't understand anything about black technology, with this dark mix he makes. He doesn't know what he's doing. Because if you're doing a dark mix, let me explain something to you. What the freak are you doing in a dark environment with a dark mix? A darker mix means you absorb more light. You have the ability to generate in very high well-lit areas. What are you doing in dark environments with a darker mix? Again, people, for those who lived in the day say, oh, Mr. Bird. No. Listen to me. We have it on a container with his signature on it, dated, Frankenstein. What does it say on the container? It says not ambient light rejection, Kenny. Punctuation mark, punctuation mark, punctuation mark, punctuation mark, punctuation mark. How are you claiming a product to be dark? It's a dark product. You make dark products as you claim you do, but at one point he said all dark products were fake and scams. Don't trust them. Now he's trying to make them. And yet you're not ambient light rejection technology? I was on the forum site, I showed that, they were like, what the freak? Like, how is that possible? Isn't the darker screen supposed to basically absorb better light? Yeah, they are. He doesn't understand it. But anyway, that's just him. I like that saying at the end of the day. It's getting sad. Getting sad that what? I'm going to be making millions of dollars? I don't think that's sad. And I'm going to be able to afford a $500,000 car? I don't think that's sad. I'm going to be able to have a nice big home, bigger than the one I had before. I like my small home, don't get me wrong. I want a custom built. The house they have there, I saw the place up there is really nice. I was looking at. I don't actually technically want the house. The house is nice, but I want my own. So I'm going to see what it would cost me. Go back there and I'm good friends with some people over in the city, get some information down there, and figure out what it cost me to get the house bulldozed. Or just take it apart and they can sell. I'd rather have them just pick apart the house and sell everything in the house, like the walls and the beams and the woods, just recycle the whole thing and just sell it to somebody else. Because again, you know, somebody can need those parts and just crushing and destroying everything. Just take apart the whole thing. It'd be kind of cool to watch too. I'm gonna time lapse that thing. And I want to build my own. I'm building me a garage. Yeah, tell me I can't have my garage at the end of the day. I'm getting my garage. I'm gonna build me a house that looks like a garage. So here's the thing about it. I can get that. You know why? Because technically it's a residential and business, but yet it looks like a garage. More than one way to get my garage. Yes. So yeah, I'm getting back. It's not built as a garage. It's registered as a house, but it looks like a garage. See? You gotta know how to work the system. Why I like the garage? That big open door, man. That big open door. I got this beautiful countryside I get to look at while I'm up on top of those mountains. Can you imagine coming in and you could just lift up the whole freaking wall and look at this beautiful countryside? And you're sitting there chilling, drinking your tea, eating your eggs, whatever, and just looking at this giant, beautiful pasture. Man, tell me that ain't crazy. It's beautiful. I ain't got no roads near me or nothing. I'm up there in a little dip area up there. I got people around me, but I'm in a small little spot over there. Tell me that would not be sick. And I got to put a mesh screen that comes out automatic because of the bugs and all that. And all that. But yeah, I'll be able to see right through. I got this clear micro mesh. It looks like it's not even there, but it's actually there. I had to look this stuff up. So the guy was telling me about it. So, well, you might want to put some mesh up there because you'll have the most jacked up bugs you've ever seen in your entire life flying through there. He said, but they got this micro mesh that's completely see-through. It's like a clear. It looks like it's invisible. It's crazy. Keep talking from running into it. But anyway, yep. I'm going to build me a luxury home garage with the deck on top. Of course, I'm putting my screens out there. It's going to be this technology because I want to be able to see right through it, see nature, and see my technology. I definitely want these up there. They're going to look pretty cool, see through the screens. And I'm going to have the roof cut over top of it and have that turn into a, we got to use a special plexiglass. So when I walk over, I don't go through it. So I can go up and look and see because I want to turn my ceiling into a galaxy, but I want to be able to see right through it at the same time. Oh, I'm going to hook that place up, man. Yeah, I figured a way around it. See, technically, if you have a garage, it's for the garage, but you can have a house over the garage. Beat the system, baby. Get in my garage. Yes, I am. And I'm going to call it a garage. Yep. When they look at it in the city, it's a house. You can call your house whatever the freak you want. You can call it the daffodil, sunshine, the hula hoop, the kickback, whatever. It's still a house, registered as a house. So I figured out how to get my garage. Man, I think it's going to be freaking cool. I'll tell you, man, one of the coolest, for the naysayers, they sit up there and say, nobody chooses to live in a, boy, good gracious, move the rock once in a while. This is what you do. Ever so once in a while, try to move that rock, okay? Come out, join the rest of us, and see what the world is doing at the end of the day. That's a good thing to do. People have been living in garages past the 60s. It all started when you have that college kids that goes off to college. You know what you do with their room, right? You change the room the way you want it because, you know, they're out. But they do eventually come back from time to time, and they do need a place to crash. So sometimes they convert the garage into living quarters. They've been doing that for years. They convert the garage into a man cave. We all know that from the door. They convert the garage into a lot of things. That's what they do. So people have been doing this for years. Sometimes people, if they need a little money, they'll convert the garage and can have a renter. Sometimes the people live over top a garage or, you know, all different ways they do it. So this has been going on for years. So the fact that you're just now finding this out baffles the daylights out of me. So let me bring you up to speed. We got a thing called a toaster. It's a very interesting kind of invention. You put two pieces of bread in, they come out kind of baked. Pretty cool, huh? What else do we have? We got these things called sunglasses. If you put those on, they block out and shield the sun. What else can I update you on? Judging from what you just said, you must be from the Stone Age. We have these things called cars. Now, don't mistake them for medieval dragons, because they're not. You might see these lights coming down, mistaking those for eyes, a grill for teeth. I can see what you might be mistaken by that. It's called a vehicle. You get inside of it, you go places, believe it or not. It's crazy, ain't it? And when the TV comes on, don't throw objects at it. It's not an evil demon. At the end of the day, it's a TV. It's just give you for entertainment. Last thing. When someone takes a picture of you, they are not capturing your soul. All right, now you're up to speed on that. Welcome to the future. Ta-da. Dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life. Dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life. No one lives in garages. Oh my goodness. There are people live in water towers. Some converted to water tower buses, airplanes. Some of the buses are banging. Somebody did a bus, an old school bus. People have been doing it. Vans, the van life. People live in vans. It's funny. At one point, if you lived in a van back at a certain time, you would consider to be poor, or creepy, or homeless. And now people live in vans. Man, you make a lot of money. The van life. It's an amazing thing. It is. It's like it's an incredible journey. It's almost like the journey if you talk about back in the day where, well, okay, let's put it this way. Back in that particular era where you just couldn't travel anywhere you wanted and you had to go by boat, you know what I mean? You had to take that real adventure. You were really taking a real adventure if you took a boat back then. You have certain people that are cut for that. They still have that adventure in their blood. They have that. And some people can't understand why a person would just give up everything and live in a van. Some people do it because it's more affordable. Some people do it because they're tired of their everyday humdrum life and they need something different. They're tired of it, like passing through life, and they feel like there's nothing going on. And that's why some people do it. But they got that adventure bug. So, you know, back then in that particular area, you may be working on your father's pig farm, and you're doing the same thing every day. You go in and you drop slop. You go in and you drop slop. You clean slop, you drop slop. You clean that. You do it every day. And once in a while, you get that look off into the distance. You see that countryside. What is going on out there? What kind of adventures are going on out there? I need to be out there. That urge to be out there. And some people don't have that. Some people have that. They're afraid. They're scared to take chances. They're happy where they're at. Even though they're really not happy, it's safe for them. They'll stay there. There are people like that. And then you have those people at the end of the day that throw their care to the winds. They don't care. They'll take on whatever comes their way because they want that adventure. So what? You're going to have a bad day. So what? You're going to may have a good day. They don't care. They want that adventure. And those are the people that will drop that pitchfork, climb over that gate, and poof, go see the world. Whether it's bad or good, whether they live or die, they'll go see the world. That's what I think about people who have the van life. Those are people who know there's going to be bad days. There's going to be good days, but there can be very bad days too. But they still willing to risk it all because they want to see that other part of life. They want to witness it, something different. You got to respect that. And when people see them live in the van, oh, you must be poor, you don't have any money, that's why you're doing it. No, they're doing it because they want something different. That's what I felt when I was in the garage. Something different. I've had houses. I've had multiple houses. I've had big houses. I've had small houses. I had all that stuff already. Not a venture for me. Not a venture for me to move into a house and go, I'm going to put this here, buy that, and get running water, electricity, all that. That's boring for me. Me is going someplace where I got nothing there at all and I have to build it with my own hands. I like that. Man, I tell you, naysayers, I would love to take you survival camping with my military family. I guarantee you would cry the entire time. You get a knife and a tarp, you'll figure it out. No food, don't bring no food, no water, there's nothing. You get a blade and a tarp. You'll figure it out. Or starve to death, one or the other. Either way, you'll figure it out. It starts to rain, you can't figure out how to work that tarp, and you just roll up in it and go to sleep in the rain. God forbid, hope nothing crawls up in there with you trying to get out of the rain itself. But you'll figure it out. Hey, by the way, if something crawls in there with you, it's food. You just got something to eat. You just got to cut it up and figure out how to cook it, and not just eat it raw. I'm dead serious. I'm not joking with you. You definitely will be eating it raw. But anyway, let's move on from there. Let me see. So we got the AdTech, everything else we're doing here. Let's fire up some of these projectors instead of looking at these screens and got nothing fired up. I'm having a ball, people. Anytime we bring on this technology, this is the go anywhere I want technology. I have no boundaries with this stuff. I can go anywhere the freak I want. I'm gonna go everywhere. All right, let's get something on here, right? All right, so here at the top, this is the screen we use for the flex. Boom! It's gonna get hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Here, let's see. Click on this thing. It ain't the wrong button. That one's coming on. This one should have powered. Oh, that one did come on. I don't care. Powered up right now. All right. Whew. Man, especially these fire sticks, man, on that one. Give me my mouse. Oh. I gotta find some interesting stuff to put behind the back of this thing. Like, we gotta put something behind the back of it. So this screen over here, this is not going to be our screen. The cinematic is here. It's going to be on this side. This is going to be invisible technology on this side. But the tiles are going to hit all the way to the top. We're going to fill the whole thing out. All right. I love this thing, man. When the guy was in here, the guy that came in for the program came in here, and he said, Judge, turn the lights off. Because you're used to that. They're used to having to turn the lights off, you know. So he turned the lights off. And I was like, no, put the lights back on. He's like, well, what if the screen? I said, no, we're good. Trust me. I ain't saying that way, but we're good. Trust me. Hooah! Boom! Yes, AdTech is front and rear. We never bring that up, do we? That's front and rear technology? Yeah, we don't do that, do we? It is front and rear. We did it outside in the sun, right? So this is right next to 25. Well, actually, it is 24. It's 25,000. 25,000? No, 24,000. Sorry about that. Each one of those rods are 3,000 lumens. It's 4 in each pod, here and here, which brings up to 24,000 lumens that are actually transferring through my screen right now. And at eco mode, which we had the projector in way back there, is at 25. Do you have any idea what 24,000 lumens does to 2400? Destroys it. Macho man, I want to be a macho man. 4K tropical fish. Let's get you up here. Man, why did I take the whole stand? I want to be macho man. Commercial would come on in for that. All right, let's go back over here. On my box. The box. There we go, over here. Now, the glare you're seeing right here, this is because when you're using these projectors, you have to use a shift policy, which we're not doing. That means what we do is we don't have it in line with the screen. What they do is they set that up way high up there, and they shift the image down, which means that light doesn't make contact to this. Because that's why you use lens shift for that. They put that projector way up here, and they bring this one down a little bit lower, and that way the light transfers here, but the image stays on here, and it doesn't transfer over. That's why I use lens shift projectors when you're doing that type of setup with long throws. Ultra short throws, you won't have that problem. Look at that. And this has light piercing on this side and the other side at the same time. Plus we have that 6K LED system right there. Oh, it's so beautiful. Now, let's do some partial lit. Now, when you have technology, on a serious note, that can generate in this much light on cheap projectors in eco mode, you can put your screen anywhere the freak you want. All that, you got to be in its ambient light controlled environment, blah, 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 blah. You have lost your freaking mind at the end of the day. I spend that much money for a projector, ain't gonna tell me I got to be in a dark environment. I got to calibrate 1.7 billion colors. Are you freaking kidding me? You ever seen that that one with some of y'all might not have seen it. The one with I can't think of his name, man. The guy when he's walking down off the set when he was slapping people. That's how you're gonna be treating people in the showroom. They tell you you're gonna spend that kind of money for a projector, and I'm calibrating this thing. Wait, how many clips is? Oh, really? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. How close am I to this? Oh, really? Yeah, I'll be walking down that showroom slapping people like, no, 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 no. I have to give you the people's elbow. How dare you? Ain't no way in the world. See? But they got y'all like that. They got y'all trapped in them dark environments while they counting your money at the table. Yep. Tell you all kinds of lies. Have to have an expensive projector. What was it? Forum site I was in, and I was talking to somebody about that. They're talking about how you had spent all this money to do this and do that and all this nonsense. I said, you're out of your rabbit mind at the end of the day. We are not doing any of that at all, period. Look at the angle game of this thing. Yeah, we're not doing any of that, no. I'm sitting there and spending that much money for a projector. How the freak is a JVC? That's a $30,000, $40,000, even $100,000 projector sitting in a dark environment. Oh my goodness. So, screens out there of the world. Now, mind you, I don't want to get it twisted, because now you get the people who make the products and the great paints and all that stuff, and for some reason they think everything is about them. They're like that guy from the Matrix. Me. It ain't about you. It's not about you. Get off your freaking horse at the end of the day. It's not about you. You can't even beat the certifies. So it's not about you. right? You can't even beat the certifies right now. So it's not about you. And we switched over our technology now. We got invisible tech we're playing around with. And you guys are still using what? That same gray paint at the end of the day? You can't change your technology at will. We can. Pretty soon these screens are going to change out. We're going to throw out the jade. Oh, the jade is gorgeous. Invisible jades are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, yeah, we're going to be pulling those out pretty soon. And we got a couple other colors going to be showing up pretty soon. Oh, and the screen you saw moving back and forth across the screen, that involves a hologram technology showing off. And this PC case we're building right here, which is going to house a screen about that size over there, it's a new visible gamer technology when we show it up pretty soon for that particular setup over there. But yeah, they make it all about themselves by saying, yeah, he's coming out of, and God, really? Come on. Stop it. Pick yourself up. You're embarrassing yourself. So it never was about you. Certified big boy screens. Screens that cost that big money thing today. That's what we're hunting for. It's like we had this ultimate whale ship. What's that going on about? See, sea monster ship. It's designed for hunting sea monsters, equipped with the armor-piercing hull and all that stuff. It has the titanium electric steel rods that we fire harpoons. We have electricity. Some have explosive tips. All this mass destruction, heavy equipment. Everything's designed to take out big sea monsters. We get these little tiny fish in the ocean. Go, hey, come, we attack you. No, please. We just look at you and you swim right past. That's your gray screen paint makers. These little tiny gray fish in the ocean, little tiny one tooth, and you thinking you're vicious and dangerous. Our vessel's not designed for you. Our vessels are designed for those deep, deep sea monsters down there that are known for doing massive destruction. Certified, the big boy screens, that's for them. And every once in a while, go deep enough, you find a Kraken. That'd have been OLED TV. Those are Krakens. That certifies the monsters. They fear that. So, then you got your little gray screens, little white screens with one little tooth. You know what I mean? They thought they're tough and all, like a little tag. And they're hitting our ship. What is that dinking noise? Oh, there's those gray sea monsters again hitting the screen, hitting the side of our massive vessel. So you just put a little pulse of electricity. Boop, and it gets rid of you guys real quick. We just move on. Now, if you think that story is freaking bogus, how many of you have taken out one of my screens? How many of you are going to court and going to have to prove you did it? All right, then, there you go. You can't prove it. There you go, we would crush. We have your consolations. We call it your decree of surrender. That's what it's called. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. I think I'm going to build me a book called Creed of this Surrender, and you'll be posted in there. All your cancellations are in there. So what happened to them? They surrendered. Some of them even cried on the other seats. Yeah, I'm gonna make a creed. I'm make a scroll. Put y'all cancellations in there in the scroll. I mean, creed of I just said a few minutes ago. Creed of surrender. Yes. This is when you had it in your resignation. How in the world do you guys talk so much trash and we have? That's the problem. My buddy can't stop laughing about. We have your cancellations. How in the world? I gotta post this. I gotta print out his cancellations. I forgot about that. We got a bunch of his. How in the world do you call yourself having the best of the best product? You know we have your cancellations, right? Literally, your cancellations off your server. We have those. I even did a video where I posted pictures showing the cancellations. I'll do the eBays next. Gee, I ain't still talking trash. Well, at that particular point, now that's when it gets sad. There you go. There you go. Now it gets, that's when it gets sad. Not getting sad, that's when it gets sad. I'm going to do something on this one. We got this screen on. We do more than this. Let's pause this. Let's go over here. Let's go right there. Let's go YouTube. Go right there. Right there. I can see all that from here. Everything comes up crystal clear. These things are gonna make. Oh man, I can't wait to get mine done now. I'm thinking about the stuff I can do with this. I don't have my PC hooked up to this. So I can make this my PC screen, and my PC screen will be at 235.1. Oh my goodness. Can you feel it, people? Can you feel it? Can you feel the madness? Can you feel it? All right, let's get this light out of here. Gotta give me another one now. Darn that Kenneth Bird. That Kenneth Bird. Kenneth Bird getting on my nerves. That Kenneth Bird. I bet you my name comes up quite a bit in some conversations, probably at their home front. That Kenneth Bird. Thinks you know so much. How dare he? But I'll tell you one thing. For you naysayers out there, I guarantee your family have seen my demonstrations, and I guarantee they talk about how good my product is. A reason why they probably won't say it in front of you and it hurting your feelings. Ask them that question. Do me a favor. Ask them that question. Who do you think's product's better? My demonstrations versus yours. I bet you $100 your family sides with me. You're sitting up there in the dark, and we're sitting up here, and we can be in fully lit environment. I can even play outside if I want to. They can buy my stuff, which, good gracious, that'll call a rip. You want a family feud? Yeah. Go and buy my stuff and say, hey, look, I got his stuff over here. It's better than yours. Which is kind of jacked up. Can you imagine how bad that would be? I think I probably sparked up a lot of arguments in people's homes. People don't like me saying, yeah, well, this product is trash and garbage. Here's the thing. If you're out talking trash about me, guess what people are going to do? They'll look me up. And they're going to see at the end of the day that you're jealous. You just exposed yourself. That's what you did. I'm pretty sure your wives have checked me out, checked out my technology. They're not going to tell you that because they're going to hurt your feelings at the end of the day. They are going to hurt your feelings. But they already know my product's better than yours. Because they're in there watching your stuff every single day. And they know you can't do the same thing I'm doing. If I challenge you and I'm throwing out challenges, don't you think they see your challenges I'm giving you? They probably ask you the same thing. Well, how come you don't do the same thing he's doing? He goes out inside and he does video demonstrations. How come you're not out there? There you go. So you've had those arguments already. And then you lie and say, well, he's using camera tricks and smoke, blah, 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 and he's fooling people. Until you hear me on camera saying that I'm filing a lawsuit against you for making that statement. And then what? Then what your wife going to say to you then? Do you have a way to back that up? Is that for real? Because if it's not, we're going to get sued. Yeah, there you go. Because you're going to get sued now. You can't back up what you said. We're going to file a lawsuit against you. And this lawsuit's pretty big. So I guarantee that conversation is going on. I guarantee their wife would probably say at the end of the day, you probably lied to your wife and said, no, we can back it up knowing darn well you can't. Because if you could have backed it up, you would have had a lawyer, a cease and desist order sent to this office or any place house where I was at, telling me to stop saying things I can't back up. And since we haven't received anything, you know darn well you're in trouble. You better tell the truth to your wife. Sooner or later, those papers are going to get there, and she's going to get a hold of them. And you're going to be in a lot of trouble. I've been through this before, gentlemen. I've seen this happen in the courtroom. I've seen couples break up. I've seen people pull wedding rings off in a courtroom and walk out. Divorce. Getting ready to file for divorce because they were lied to. So I know for a fact, if you're ranting this much on YouTube, you're ranting this much off of YouTube. And your wife, who's closest to you, has probably seen our demonstrations and probably has brought it up about our products. And you lied and probably said things that weren't true. And then later on, I'm pretty sure they follow us, and I'm pretty sure they do, heard me make statements about lawsuits for people who made comments and said things about it that are not true. And with that being said, they're being afraid, because I would be too, if I'm getting sued, and come back and say, whatever you said, can you back this up in court? Because this guy's planning to sue you. If you lied to her and told her yes, knowing that you can't, you got a divorce coming. Or she really, really loves you, but most likely, you got a divorce coming. You got a divorce coming. So right now, it's more than just the pain for them. This has affected their outside life. We know that. I've seen this before. I've seen it happen before. See? That lie. Should have just told the truth and said, no, I really technically can't back it up. So you know she's getting sued, and you're going to have to figure a way how to fix the problem. How would you fix the problem? Maybe you can go on and have a talk to him Ask them to drop these lawsuits. Got a message for you. No lawsuits are being dropped. We're coming after you. That's the end of it. If they read this in here at the end of the day, I'm sorry that this is going to happen, but your husband went out and did a bunch of dumb stuff against our company, and now we're going to hit him with maximum, which means he's getting prison time and he will be receiving massive lawsuits. So there's no way out of it. It's going to happen, unfortunately. And the sad thing about it is, the messed up thing about it, we gave him multiple chances out. Multiple ways to get out of this mess, because we know how bad this can get. I've seen this in court. I've seen people argue. I've seen people scream at each other. I've seen people curse at each other. I've seen couples fight over someone not telling the proper truth. I've seen all kinds of stuff pop off. It gets real in there real quick. All she's got to say is, Your Honor, I know about some of it, but I was warning him to stop, even if she didn't. She could literally say that. And I'm in the process of filing for divorce. It'll be the first time you hear about divorce, because she'll say it right there in that courtroom to get out of that mess. I'm going to wreck my life in the process. You were dumb enough to go on camera and do a whole bunch of dumb stuff and put our family at risk of lawsuits. I'm going to save me and my kids. I'm going to watch you burn. That's what's going to happen. It's going to get real. I'll watch it happen. And do we care at that point? No, I'm good. I'll just sit there and say, Your Honor, I'm happy with it. She has nothing to do with it. Our attention's on him. Earn the kids and go start a new life for all I care. None of my business. You know, let me explain something to you, the kind of man I am, gentlemen. See, I'm the type of person that I feel that the kids should not have to suffer because you're a freaking idiot. At the end of the day, you're dumb. You're definitely dumb. So, if your wife separates from you, because you're going to jail, you're not getting out. You're going to be in there for a while. You're going to be in there for 8 while. So you're not getting out. You're not going home anytime soon. We're going to make sure of that. But if your wife has separated from you, they're still going to lose everything because of the lawsuits are going to hit everything. Now, she can make her own money. She can get back on her feet, but that's kind of hard to do in this decade of time. It is hard to do. So we wouldn't mind in our company giving them a little push, sending some money their way to help them out. See, that's the type of person that I am. I'm a bigger man than you. I watch out for your family when you can't even do it because you're supposed to be a man at the end of the day, and you're not. It's not their fault that you put them in that situation. It's your fault. You're supposed to protect them. When those cease and desist orders came through, your job was to acknowledge them, get back to us, get back to the attorneys, so we can basically cut that tie and move on and say, okay, you replied, we're good. We would have walked away from it, but you kept going. So, in the end, you're going to go to jail. You're not going to see the light of day when we're done with you. And you're going to be sued. And when they separate from you, we'll send them something to help them along. Maybe $10,000, $20,000 to help them out. So that way they can get a fresh start. See? There you go. Gentlemen, that's how we do business. Because at the end of the day, those little ones have nothing to do with it. It's not their fault. Why should you have to suffer because you're an idiot? That's why McAfee's lawsuit was put on hold, because what we saw in his account are adorable. Oh, he has 2 kids and they're absolutely adorable. Nothing, no, we can't do this. Guy's a jerk, we know that. He did some nasty stuff again, we know that. We're willing to let this slide for those little ones at the end of the day. They're absolutely adorable. You're a jerk, by the way, but your kids are adorable. And we're going to put it on hold. We don't get about, we don't know them. And what did you do? You sent a letter to my sister's house, and that's what triggered everything back on again. So whether they accept it or not, it's up to them, but the money will be there. So don't believe in having kids lose everything. So we will fund to help them out. Never heard that before, the lawsuit, have you? Nah, we don't believe in that kind of nonsense. I would rather wish they would have taken the cease and desist, or I wish they would have signed those papers. Oh, I wish they would have. That would have made things a lot easier at the end of the day. They go away, and we continue working. That's all we want you to do. We just want you to go away. Now I get to watch that screen and that screen at the same. Okay, I wonder if I turn that screen around up. We gotta get a bigger screen up there now. We can do a 235.1 from up there too, because this is about as long as the 235. We can do one 235 and one here, one here. Oh, that would be sick. That'd be sick. I'm gonna swap that out for 235.1 and a 235.1 down here. We can do one here and one there. That'd be cool. Light bright, turn on the lights, up on the lights. No lights. And yet the statement was, this is getting sad. Interesting. Well, I'm good. What time we got? Whew. Time to boogie, people. I gotta be out. I gotta get another lamp for this side over here. Make sure I remember everything we're supposed to do, because gee whiz, there's a bunch of stuff I was supposed to do. Alright, gotta get the lamp for that side. We need 2 lamps for that. Oh man, brain's one blank. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. It'll come to me. Oh, get that part. That has to be taken care of. Alright, and what else we gotta do? Oh, we gotta get the tank. We gotta get the tank to drop the screen, because I want to submerge the screen under water. So we gotta get that. What have you the clamp for that to do that? Because you have to clamp these things in, and they don't actually do so well if you don't clamp them in. So let me see. Oh, and we gotta be outside today for the outside screens. I definitely want to build an outer box. I'm building an outer box for the projector and everything. We got to test it on the knockoff projector first. So, you know, hopefully it seals. That means we can go and play it in the rain. I want to do a demonstration in the rain. These screens are weatherproof. I was worrying about my equipment, my serger and all that stuff. I'm worried about that stuff. So we'll have to do that. Yes, we have the other clamp. Yeah. Now we just got to figure where we put the other clamp at. While we low have the other clamp. We found one clamp. Gotta find the other. I like that. All right, so they said it's getting sad. So let's show them getting sad all week. Let's just do some crazy demonstrations, right? Haters said we're getting, this is getting sad. We'll show haters at the end of the day what we do. Haters are about to flex on you. It's all about you now. It's all about flexing on you. You made the statement, right? You know you don't make those statements. That's coming. You know better than that. You know better. So now I'm about to flex on the haters. I'm going to flex on your heart. There we go. Time to flex on you. And I think the song we're going to use every time we flex is, I got that power. I got that power. I got that power. Power. Yeah, time to flex. Oh my God, no! It's going to flex on us! You're going to flex. I'm going to have to hire my buddies. I told you these guys are massive bodybuilders. I got to get them to wear our company's t-shirts that ton to flex. Ton to flex. They get it'll be funny. You get a kick out. Yeah. Alright, let's go get this done. We got things to do today. Alright. What do we have for charging on there? I'm gonna leave this one here because it's got a charge. We got for this. This is pretty Gucci. Get that done. Get some things to do. We're gonna drop the screen underwater and put some fire underwater while the screen's underwater. It's a project fire underwater while the screen's underwater. Tell me that would be sick. That's gonna be fun. We've done that before, but let's do it again. All right. We do some fire displays. Oh yeah, I got this shark game that it's underwater. Oh, we gotta play it underwater. We're gonna play a shark underwater at 300 lumens on the PS4 underwater. Tell me it's not crazy. Tell me it's not crazy. Come on, tell me I just blow your mind. The fun we have here, it's kind of like Every time the camera comes on, it's always something different. That's what we want. We want when we come on the camera, the room changes around. Maybe we're doing this over here. Maybe we're doing that over there. We want something we're constantly changing around in the room. That's what we want to do, you know? Because who wants to look at the same boring crap day after day? Another freak, I don't. I couldn't do it. That'd drive me freaking crazy if I had to do it. I'd just totally go bonkers. I tell you that much. No. Now, what we got to do now is I got to track down, and I got to pick up spray. I want more spray. I got to be careful about conflicting the spray with the freshener, because the freshener smells like this kind of like apple. And then one time I had like a tangerine spray. Oh, it was bad. The combination was not good. So you got to blend it right. All right, so let's see. What are we going to need here? Okay, we got everything mapped that we got to do. I want to put a screen there. I definitely want to put a screen there. I like the screen we have over here, but I want it over here because I want to see everything in one hit on the camera. That's what I'm trying to do right now, people. I'm trying to do that right now, people. Ugh. Oh, yeah, that's the screen too, by the way. The table's the screen. We're working on that. We're working on it. That's the next stage. Is to turn the table into a screen. That's what we're working on. All right? All right. That's what we do. Oh, I'm sorry, projector. Like, get the frick off of me. Just gave me a little warning, like, get off me. Dare you touch me? How dare you? Dare you touch me? I wanted to hit that. All right, what are we running from here? Fire sticks are up there because we have to run fire sticks there. So we can run the PC through here. We can run the PC through here. So that's what I'm going to disconnect my monitor here. It's got the long cord on it. Cool, people, cool. There we go. On that level. Let me see. Let's go over here. We're going to put up in here. You got microphones on this side? We really should have microphones on this side because we're working with a small speaker, everything through here. Let me get this here first. Let me just scooch over here real quick. Get right there, scooch right over here real quick. Car insurance premiums. Man, commercial people talking about the car insurance premiums. 4K demonstrations. Guess it didn't know. Oh. Now look at it. We got a small screen here, screen up there, screen over there. Fishies up in here now. Bam, fishies. Fishies. Fishies here. Fishies here. Fishies there. Fishies there. We got fishies all over the place. Ouch. Can watch that thing at the end of the day. Bam! I love it, people. You love the excitement too. You feel the excitement of our new technology, our flagship technology that will allow you to put a screen anywhere you want. You can put it in your kitchen, your bathroom, your dining room, anywhere you want. You put a screen at. Have all your lights on. No more expensive projectors. No more of that crap. Gone. Eliminate it. Take it outside. You imagine come in and you can watch your screen right there in Windows. 9 o'clock in the morning, and then walk outside and doop, doop. Watch you right outside in your patio. That's the future we're building, people. That's the future we are building. Time to get rid of that other nonsense at the end of the day. All right, and put it back in my mode because these heat up in here. The lights, the flex. Flex. And people come and they go, wow, so I have my door open all the time. And I could bring air in sometimes when we run the projectors and I leave it open and people come and they go, oh, so what you guys are doing here today? So right now, my area is known as the tech area. So I didn't know they talked about my stuff that much over here, right? So apparently, let me something that adjustment a little bit better. Apparently, people have been talking about my technology in here, about what I do. So word is out now that I'm the tech guy. And I was talking to some people do building maintenance, they were cleaning up in here. And the guy was like, yeah, we heard about you, man. You're that guy with all that crazy stuff. The owner has been talking about me like crazy, which is awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate. But he's been talking about the stuff that we build up here, stuff we do. And when they came up here and they saw this technology we're working on, they were like, whoa, like they never seen anything like this. He said, man, we were happy to have you here in Allentown. We're glad you chose Allentown. We were supposed to go to Texas. But I came up here because my mother's up here. We're glad. We look forward to see what you're going to offer to our city. That's what you want to hear. We're willing to help you out with anything that you need. Just let us know. See, that's what I'm talking about. God makes a way. It's God's technology. And he asked me, he said, where did you learn all this from? Did you have a degree in chemistry or whatever, engineering, all that stuff? And I was like, no, I got all this from God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's where I got it from. See, that word will come up multiple times. And some people will be too afraid to give God the glory because they'd rather take glory for themselves. We gave it to God. I wouldn't do any of this. I wouldn't understand all about God. Whether he believes it or not, God gives the testimony for everything. And when you do that, when you put God first, no door will ever be shut in front of you. No enemy will ever rise up against you. You will always be victorious every single time. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed the demonstration. I had fun here. And I got to go and get some stuff. We got to submerge the screen underwater. Actually, that's going underwater right now today. Is my finger that long, or is it just a camera? Anyway, so you gotta have them stuff because I'm serious. I'm a serious businessman. This is the stuff we develop over here. But you gotta have fun, man. If you don't, man, life will beat the daylights out of you, man. You gotta take some time out to enjoy yourself. Stop worrying about what other people think. Enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Stop that. Don't do that stuff to yourself. It's your life at the end of the day. You only get one of them. That's basically about it. I mean, have a little fun. Hey, do a cartwheel in the middle of the street with a suit on. Who cares? Who cares what people think? Go out there and enjoy your life. All right, gotta go and God bless.